The Ohio State University is one of the largest universities in the country. Human trafficking is now considered the second largest and fastest growing illegal trafficking activity in the world. With these two facts in mind, Katharina Weihmann, Ohio State social justice graduate, presented a speech on the invisible population in the world of human trafficking, putting into perspective the price of freedom and the importance of education with the reality that the trafficking of humans happens only within blocks of our campus homes.
Human trafficking and slavery takes place everywhere in all of our cities, in all of our neighborhoods, and there could be victims of human trafficking on campus. And it could take place off hours, off student campus hours, where they're not studying, they return home, and they may have to literally go to a strip club and strip that night to make money for their pimp, or they may have to go home and clean a house for 20 hours so then they can go to school the next day.
Human trafficking involves the forced, the coercive nature. Traffickers actually traffic human beings like you and I, like human beings with, with hearts and lungs and feet and hands, get trafficked for profit. So it's essentially slavery.
Trafficking is very important, but very unknown amongst the college community. It really affects women more than anything else. Most of the girls are between the ages of 12 and 13 when they are first trafficked. In Ohio, there's over 1 million sex slaves.
I think it's important probably for students to know that it's going on. And one of the things I think that they're really trying to drive home is the fact that it doesn't just happen across seas. A lot of times it happens in urban cities, in like a place like Columbus, that because of the fact that people aren't aware of it, it tends to go unnoticed.
In the city of Columbus, there is definitely human trafficking going on. There are brothels, there are places where people are not paid for work they do. There's construction projects where people don't get paid to do that work. There are massage parlors where the people that are doing the massages live on the premises. They're not allowed to leave, and they're working off it's like indentured servitude.
As a trained certified investigator of human trafficking, Wiehmann has had the opportunity to see firsthand the detriments of this unfortunate act through approval of the FBI.
I am passionate about human trafficking because I'm blessed with freedom. I don't know what it means not to have freedom, but I have seen and learned what it means not to have freedom. And once I was exposed to that, I couldn't turn away. It was shocking. It touched my soul.
I know from my experience, it is extremely difficult to be involved in something where you see yourself in the perpetrator so often.
Sometimes just even knowing if they're unable to do stuff, sometimes just the knowledge is power.
One of the largest campuses in the country, and just blocks away, there are prostitutes, there are pimps, and there are people that are being trafficked. We have the tools and we have the education to do something about it, but it's not just taking place like in other countries, it's taking place right across the street. Like you just cross High Street.
First step to abolishing slavery is bearing witness, and once you bear witness and you do not turn away from the tragedy, you are empowered with knowledge, and knowledge truly creates change. And from that, once you have the knowledge, you can find out all of the things you can do, which is extensive. It's endless what you can do. So I would just say never give up, and just keep in mind that while we have the freedom, others are living day to day without it. And while there is much hardship, freedom is the answer. Keep hope alive.
If you have further questions, concerns, or curiosities, Wiehmann can be reached at kw.socialjusticeadvocate@gmail.com. With Ohio State News, I'm Ileana Corfias.